So we moved over to eXp, and there were a couple things that came up that we thought we should probably make you aware of, and you can learn from our pain points before you move over to eXp. So stay tuned. Lori and I are going to share 5 things that you should know before you make that transition over to eXp.
Hey everyone, Lori and Kaylee with The Finest Agents, and if it's your first time to our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button or the bell as we go over everything you want to know about video marketing and joining us here at eXp. We have a team of agents all across the country who join us. We collaborate, we kill it in real estate. We'd love to have you join us here at eXp. Give us a call or text anytime. Agents reach out daily, 719-367-6880.
Okay guys, so Lori and I made the transition over to eXp about 1.5 years ago, and it was pretty seamless. There were a couple things that we, thought, good thing we did it this way, and a couple things we were like, oh, we probably should have, done it this way. Right. So this is just kind of an insight from our personal experience, and then also, as we've grown our team here in Colorado Springs, questions that come up time and time again, and things that you're probably going to want to know before you actually hit that submit button on switching over to eXp.
Right, when joining eXp, you're thinking of making nothing. These are things that you absolutely don't want to do, or at least really consider, when you're making that move to eXp. We can really help you through that process. We want to help you avoid those mistakes, and by coming and joining us here and having us, be your sponsor and joining us here at eXp, we could really help you avoid those mistakes. That's what we want. We want you to make the best decisions for yourself.
And some of these are very logistical questions that if you're thinking of making the move, you're probably thinking about these, logistics right now. Well, how am I going to do it? When does this happen? We're going to address these right now. And it probably will just answer some questions or kind of lay out a good footprint on how the process may work.
Right. So today I had
to be as seamless as possible.
I have a halo in my head.
We're angels today.
We're angels today. So the number 1 is, we're going to break it down. Remember, 5 mistakes to avoid that we're going to help you. So you're welcome. So number 1 is apply early. So when you hit that, you can message or text us or call us at 719-367-6880. We will send you a link. That link is like an application, an interest. It's not going to inform your broker. Everyone gets super nervous that if they go and hit that,
do I need to talk to my broker before?
That these like megaphones are going to come down from the heavens and tell your broker that you are switching over to eXp. And that does not happen with the application. You can do it right away that day, or you can even wait, a month or 2, 3 months out, but at least you've started that initial process. So, apply early, get that process started. It is not going to inform your broker.
Okay, so don't feel like if you want to be very intentional when you decide that you're moving over to eXp, and all of that hard work that you've put in wherever you're at, you want to make sure that you still can access all of those systems you've already set up, or that database that you've worked so hard to compile over. We talk with agents that are at very different levels, people starting out brand new. Obviously this is a little bit easier. You just kind of go through. I think half the time people don't really even know what they're doing when they're checking all these boxes and, trying to get switched over to eXp or just hang their license for the first time. When you have a whole team you're moving over, or you've been a real estate agent for years, and you have these systems in place that are probably integrated with a CRM or other technical systems that you use, you will want to kind of think it through. Like Lori said, the application process at the beginning, you'll be able to then, you've put your first foot forward, things are starting to be in action, but there's no alerting that broker or the team or anybody that you're on at this point. Right. The next thing that is going to happen, so this is the second thing, is you don't want to tell that broker probably that you're moving over until the day that you actually decide. they're going to want to talk you out of it. Of course, they're making money off of you. And so why would they want you to take your, that relationship, the hard work, and bring it elsewhere? They're going to try to talk you out of it. So
Right.
I would say it's kind of one of those things, kind of like baby names. Like, don't tell your baby name until the baby's actually born, because everybody has an opinion about it.
Right. And so, there's an initial link that you're going to click on to show your intent, your interest to get access to the world, which we're going to talk about. So you can do all that stuff ahead of time. And then, when you actually want to switch over, there's another link. And we have a whole copy and paste system, a backend. That's something that you don't directly get with eXp that we've designed for our agents to help make it easy and smooth for you guys to switch over. But the day of, everyone's like, well, I have a great relationship with my broker. That's great, but until you tell them you're leaving, they might not.
You're probably you might catch them.
They'll try to talk you out of it and tell you, whatever broker you're switching to, why their broker is better, which is fine. But you really want to make sure they're not going to be your best friend when you're switching brokers. You're a dollar sign to them. As much as you love them, you're a dollar sign to them, and you want
think they
to
care.
Make sure you download that CRM. Make sure that you have, your
home bot
transactions set up so that way when you switch.
Things.
And I don't want you to just wait until everything is closed out. You don't have to do that. But we can help walk you through those little pieces. But again,
and by closed out, you mean like active transactions
closed,
in
where you have
process.
nothing in process, because as we know, as an agent, that is not the best financial situation for you when you have nothing actually working. So you can have some active ones, but we'll help you walk you through that. But number 2 is don't tell your broker until that actual day when you're going to switch that license, right? So you're going to hang it from this brokerage to hanging it to the new brokerage here at eXp.
And I'm visual, so the first step when you filled out that application, that's kind of your intent to move over. What that's going to do, eXp is going to start setting you up in their system, giving you access to the back end, the world, SkySlope. You can start kind of messing around with all of those technical pieces, and then your state level broker is going to be sending you next steps as to how you transfer your license over and all of those technical. I will tell you, when you get that email, that's when you want to have those conversations with wherever you're at, because they will then be alerted that you are switching your license over.
Right.
So you can make that initial step, but as soon as you reply back or start on that next steps with your state broker, that's when your wherever you're at is going to be alerted.
Right. Number 3 is you don't need to wait till you cap, until you don't need to wait a whole calendar year until your cap is done to come over to eXp. The question is, do you take the cap reset or not? We came over, we capped it with our old brokerage.
So a cap reset is an eXp thing.
Right. So we capped with Keller Williams in October. And then Kayla and I were having a discussion about, joining eXp in January. And we're like, gosh, we just capped 2 months ago. That should not, persuade you, dissuade you, whatever you're doing from joining over to eXp. If you have a certain, you can prorate your cap and choose, to continue on with that cap.
You can say, no, I just want to keep where I was with Keller Williams. It works good with, whatever your financial schedule is. Lori and I did happen to go ahead and choose to start over when we moved over for a couple of reasons. We knew that we were going to Icon that year. We did a lot of volume, and we knew that we were going to be capping.
We wanted the stock
and we wanted to
options
Icon. So we wanted that year's worth of stock options. So we chose to go ahead and redo our cap.
But
totally up to you.
Yeah.
Totally up to your financial situation, your comfort level.
If it's a big deal and you have $8,000 already paid into your cap towards Keller Williams, and you're like, I don't want to start over, you don't have to. So don't wait until the following October in our situation, if we would have chosen that, to, switch over to eXp, because that would have been a whole 8 months. We would have lost out on all the advantages of eXp. So don't let your cap do one way or the other. There are options here at eXp to come on over and bring that cap you've already paid in with you if that's important to you.
There's options.
There's options.
So we are counting the 5 things that we wish we kind of would have known, thought about. To be honest, like I said, it was a pretty seamless transition for us, I'm not gonna lie, but as we've signed up other agents and they've selected us as their sponsor, and we have a team here locally, there were different pain points that we saw and witnessed, and that's where we kind of came up with this list. One of them, and we talk about this a lot, Lori and I do, when you're moving to eXp, and this is our number 4, you make sure you choose that correct sponsor. It really is the meat to your real estate business. Your sponsor they have that vested interest. They are getting revenue share off of all of the transactions that you do and produce as a real estate agent. And so they literally have that vested interest in you. Your sponsor should not be a cousin's friend or, somebody that you just know. It should be a benefit to your real estate company. Right. It should be somebody who has systems in place or something that they're doing that you would like to duplicate. Yeah. We had gone to an eXp Sprint event, and I'll never forget one of the first speakers at it. He said, here at eXp, to succeed, you want to create processes and a system that anybody can duplicate. And that really is key. And to me, it kind of encompasses that whole sponsor role, is that, pick somebody that has put something in place that you'll be able to, you like what they're doing and you can walk in and duplicate what they've already done. And they're your guide for your real estate business. Right. They aren't your sponsor or your state level broker per se, but they are your support throughout the eXp journey.
Right, they're mentors, someone who you love their business model, someone who you want to emulate, someone who you want to support you through that real estate. And I would say, you pick your sponsor, but you also pick an upline. You also pick people who are, not only do you have that one person, but you have access to everyone else who's joined
7 tiers
that line. So, when you join with us, you get access to us, you get access to our sponsor, you get access to their sponsor and their sponsor.
And so we have an incredible organization. In fact, I will take a screenshot of our organization and we will have our editor go ahead and feed it in here. But as you can see with our organization, it's a lot of people who believe in video marketing just like we do. But it's also people who have different strengths, I'll say, like Frank Driscoll. He's a great business-minded person. We've gotten on a couple phone calls and he gives you kind of the honest truth, like, what's your pain points? This is what you need to do. Chuck Fazio is another heavy hitter, I guess I'll say, in our organization. They have quite the systems in place. His wife, Angela Fazio, she has a couple really hot and big and influential groups on social media. And the beauty is that all of these people have that vested interest in your real estate business. Jackson and Jesse, they were our immediate upline, and YouTube was what they were killing it at, and they knew tips and tricks and helped us, through any of our pain points. And so it really has been the whole sponsor thing, and we say this over and over, it's changed our business.
If you pick the wrong
one. And it's that community that I think we were always looking for at our other brokerage, and we really feel it over here at eXp with our organization.
Yeah, if you pick the wrong one, you have to go leave eXp and wait
for 6 months
and then come back. So it's important. So we want to make sure that you pick the right sponsor, and we'd love to have you guys choose us, and we can help mentor you through that process. And then you get access to us and everyone in our upline. It is a great community. It'll change your business. So that was number 4. And number 5 is really important. Take advantage of the world and take advantage of the classes.
So there is eXp World. Literally the first time I signed on, I giggled and couldn't even talk to the person on the other end. Lori was sitting there. I was like, this is unreal how it operates. But it literally is you're a little me character in this little we looking world. It's super, the more you get used to it and get over the fact that you're working in a virtual world. And I think maybe that's a positive of COVID. We've all kind of morphed into that and gotten used to it a little more. But I can get questions answered from accounting. I can take classes on, listing, how to be a top listing agent. I can take classes on, KV course specifically. There's classes in the cloud, and the beauty
take advantage of.
Yes, and you can really pick and choose what benefits your real estate business. And take advantage of all of the cloud-based brokerage and the I'll say like flexible timeline that you can take those classes on. You can do it from an app in your car.
We each have 3 kids. And
you can do it at 9 o'clock at night. We each have our own husband.
So we always have things going on. So it's super nice to say, all right, I have to sit in this car and watch soccer or take my kids to practice for an hour, and I can hop on a class instead of going in at 8 or whatever it is. It can work with our schedule, which is what we love. So eXp is working for us. So those are mistakes to avoid if you are going to join eXp. So come join us here at the Finest Agents. We'd love to have you. Give us a call or text when you're ready to join. 719-367-6880.